Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. What do Florida State fans expect from LSU in that rematch coming down in Orlando? That goes down in Orlando, not coming down. I expect LSU's pass defense to be much improved. I actually expect them to pick off Jordan Travis at least twice in this game. No more than 3 times. I think that LSU's defense is going to be looking at Jordan Travis's film where he made mistakes, and not really mistakes, but anytime you throw the ball into like a screen or into coverage and into blitzing, stuff like Jordan did a lot of, and he was lucky to not get picked off more than what he was this past year. I think LSU is going to capitalize, and LSU, their DBU as far as talent, they got a lot of talented players, especially at receiver and defensive back. I think you'll see them pick off Jordan Travis a lot more. I think LSU's run defense will be about the same, if not probably a step back a little bit, because I think Brian Kelly's more concerned with the pass defense. The pass defense is what cost them against teams like Georgia and what kept Alabama in that game with them, and why they lost to Tennessee because of the passing game, and other teams that had a chance to play with them, like Ole Miss, because of that pass defense. I think that the defense will just be more disciplined overall. They got the talent, and not that it sucked, but it's obvious that Coach Kelly didn't make as much of an impact because it was year 1. I think under year 2, with his system being enforced more, and now he can say it's his team because now it's his second year and everybody's kind of used to him now. They're gonna follow him more and do things more of his way. I think LSU's defense will overall just be a lot better. Offensively, I don't think it'll be much different. I think that Coach Kelly is gonna say, you know what, I won games with my quarterback, with Jaden Daniels. I don't think I need to change much of anything. I would just like to see my quarterback get hit less. That way he can make better plays through the air, not just with his legs. I don't think LSU's offensive line will be much better because I've seen with Florida State didn't have a good offensive line for a while. It's pretty good now. It could be better, but it's pretty darn good. I've seen where other teams like Texas this past year did not have a great offensive line. I know they were young, but still, they're talented. Step it up. Clemson this past year did not have a great offensive line for the most part, and the year before it wasn't very good. So when teams tend to not play good as far as offensive line, that takes time to rebuild and really fix. I don't think LSU's is going to be fixed like that, especially in week 1 when you got a team like Florida State whose defense was pretty darn good, just undersized. Florida State's defensive front is going to be a lot bigger and a lot stronger and going to have more depth. So if Fabian Lovett or somebody else goes down with injuries, you're going to have another guy to step up and play because of the players that they got through the transfer portal and recruiting. And Coach Hagen's a defensive line coach. He's going to be a big impact as always, so he's going to have more toys to play with. I don't think LSU's run game will be that much better because of what Coach Kelly likes to do. He does run the ball and he does throw sometimes, but I think Florida State's defense will be able to handle LSU's run game like they did last year for the most part. They just got to do a better job at bottling up Jaden Daniels. I think if they do that, they'll win the game. They managed to pressure him a lot, but the problem with pressuring a quarterback is once you have them bottled up, there's always that one little lane. Especially if you got a quarterback like Jaden Daniels, who's a really good athlete. He could take advantage of that, run up the lane or run to the other side where the whole defense is here or here. He could take the opposite route and get away from all that and get a big first down, sometimes a touchdown, like he did this past year against a lot of other great teams. So I just think LSU's defense itself will be a lot more disciplined. I think the pass defense will be pretty darn good, probably elite because of the players. And again, Coach Kelly, with his second year to work with that pass defense, is going to be much improved. I think LSU's offensive line will be what cost them against Florida State in this game. They did not block Florida State very well last year. I don't expect it to be much better, probably worse because Florida State's defense is going to be much improved. And this game's in Florida, so it's not going to help LSU. LSU is more of a home team. So with that being said, I think that's why Florida State beats LSU. And that's what I think LSU will bring, much better pass defense. Defense as a whole will be much improved. I think the offensive line won't be as good, probably about the same. So, yeah.